What's up, guys? We're back. We are going to go over another home run prop video. Look, there's lots of potential here for this weekend for these matchups in these games, but you got to be careful. These are high risk, high reward plays, so do not. Obviously, I'm just giving you guys that I like. Don't friggin' empty your bankroll on this. Bet these carefully. Like, these are worth a couple bucks, or put them in a fun parlay and round robin in. Don't take these crazy seriously and bet too much money on them. Obviously, this is not meant to like build your bankroll on. These are high risk, high reward. They are fun, but they are hard to hit. So we're gonna go over some park factors and some weather conditions that are going to be a boost here. As far as good hitting conditions, we got guaranteed rate field. So Cincinnati at Chicago, we're seeing an 11% home run boost, wind blowing out. As far as the Orioles game is decent, Pirates, Phillies, 18-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. So good boost there. Let's see, what's the boost here? Pirates, Phillies, 8% boost there. And then kind of neutral, Houston, because it's in a dome, but still a 3% boost due to the matchups. Chase Field in Arizona, typically a hitter-friendly ballpark, still seeing boosted numbers. It looks like they may open the roof there, see high temperatures. Fenway Park, potentially, but it's still going to be cold, so that's the only downside there. Oriole Park in Baltimore, but it could get rained out. But we are showing a boost there, so I'll just I'll show you guys this. This little thing I'm looking at here. We'll get to the picks in a second, but I just want to show you guys kind of what I'm looking at. A lot of boosts, couple negative places, but this is the best that the parks have looked so far yet this season. So this is what I like to see. All right, so let's get into the first round of games here. Going to the Pirates Phillies game. We've seen him finally get his first home run yesterday. He hits. What is it? Let's see. That's too many things going on. He hits left-handed pitching way better. He leads the team in left-handed pitching as far as hitting goes. So I like Alec Boehm. He also has a fairly good hard hit rate. On the other side, you could take lots of Phillies, but a lot of them don't hit lefties very well, and they haven't really. They played Bailey Falter before. He used to play for them, so there's lots of guys in the Phillies dugout. I just don't like a lot of their numbers. Alec Boehm has the best numbers. On the other side, I'm going to look at Brian Reynolds as far as numbers wise. I don't really like a lot of the Pirates batters. I mean, I took Olivieres yesterday. He had 2 singles. His hard hit rate is starting to seem like it's being more on singles. So Brian Reynolds, though, has 2 home runs versus left-handed pitching this season. So as far as the Pirates, those 2 guys are like the numbers on. Standalone play in the Blue Jays game, I'm going Vladimir Guerrero Jr. plus 400. It looks like he's got 2 home runs in his last 5 games. This Blue Jays team as a whole, though, is batting a very poor, like 200 average. So I don't really like a ton of guys in that one. Going to the Mets and the Royals game, I got to go with Bobby Witt Jr. He hit 2 home runs yesterday. Decent hitting condition. He mashes right-handed pitching. He can also hit versus lefties. So if it gets to the bullpen, this is a guy I count on. He's going to get 4 or 5 plate appearances. I like his chances. He can mash versus anybody, and this Royals team is extremely hot right now. Going into the Texas Rangers Houston Astros game, look, I tried to get to some guys on the Rangers side. I mean, other than Adolis Garcia, there's not really anybody that I like, but Adolis Garcia is like plus 200, so I don't love that. But I'm going to go with Jose Altuve. All right, so Jose Altuve batting 425, 775 slugging, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs versus right-handed pitching. He also has 2 home runs in 13 at-bats, batting 462 in his career versus Dane Dunning. So very familiar with Dane Dunning, top of the lineup guy. Altuve can launch one. He's kind of him and this next guy are the two I count on. Look, you could get to lots of guys in this Astros lineup. I also kind of like Yanier Diaz, the catcher. But as far as the numbers wise, these are ones as there's matchup value on as far as the starting pitching matchup. But Altuve, I like Yanier Diaz as kind of a second guy. I think he hit one in the other game or in that game versus the Royals last game. So next we go Yordan Alvarez. Obviously has a huge hard hit rate. I'll just go. Let's see, where's the Astros? Astros update. Okay, so he's got 2 home runs and 11 at bats, batting .364 in his career versus Dane Dunning. He leads the Astros with a 13.1% barrel rate. He's had 47 batted ball events, eight of those being barrels. So that's just that sweet spot of where it comes off the bat and that sweet launch angle and over hitting off the bat over 98 miles per hour. That's considered barrel. So Yordan Alvarez, Jose Altuve are the ones that lead the Astros in barrel rate right now. So I like those two guys. Kyle Tucker also has 1 home run and 10 at-bats, batting .313 in his career versus Dane Dunning. But when you look at Yordan versus right-handed pitching, he's batting .327 this season, 600 slugging average, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs versus right-handed pitching. So Yordan Alvarez is definitely a beast there. I went to the Red Sox Angels game. Only guy I like is Mike Trout just because he's hot. He's actually hitting .342 with .895 slugging, 6 home runs. Basically all have been solo shots, but 6 home runs versus right-handed pitching. He has 3 home runs in his last 5 games. So Mike Trout in a hitter-friendly environment, who can mash right-handed pitching, who's going to get at least 4 at-bats minimum. I like that. Next, we'll go to the Reds. Reds, who are they playing? Reds, White Sox. Look, I can't get anybody off the White Sox lineup, which honestly, you might be able to find somebody, but for me, I'm not even going to try right now. I don't like this White Sox lineup, but I'm going to go with the GOAT, Elly De La Cruz. He's batting .318, 659 slugging. He's got 3 home runs, 7 RBIs versus right-handed pitching. And then the next one I'm going to go with is Spencer Steer. All right, so Elly De La Cruz, he's second as far as hard hit and barrel percentage on the Reds, and then Spencer Steer is right behind him. So Elly De La Cruz, this guy can mash the ball. Spencer Steer, also amazing numbers. 444 average this season, 815 slugging, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. So maybe Spencer Steer to get an RBI or 2 if you don't want to bet him for a home run. But with the good hitting conditions, the good pitcher matchup, and flexing, very, very susceptible to giving up home runs. Especially in this ballpark, he can give up a lot. I like those 2 guys in that lineup. Another one I would probably look at would be Will Benson potentially. Lots of guys, though, you can get to there. One guy I'm going to look at in the Diamondbacks game is Ketel Marte. This is kind of a matchup play. All right, the D-backs as a whole crush lefties, but Ketel Marte has a home run in 15 at-bats, batting .267 in his career versus Steven Matz. When you look at him versus left-handed pitching this season, batting .267 with 2 home runs, .567 slugging average. So I don't mind him. Another guy as a long shot, I don't have a number pointed out from. I think he's like plus 500 would be Eugenio Suarez. He's got a .389 average, 611 slugging, but only 1 home run versus left-handed pitching. And then obviously Christian Walker, but Christian Walker doesn't hit lefties nowhere near. For power, nowhere near as good as he does righties. Okay, last we're going to go to the Dodgers-Padres game. So on the Padres side, we got Padres. Okay, so Jake Cronenworth currently leads the Padres. He's got 46 batted ball events, 8 barrels, a 12.5% barrel rate. His average home runs are going 400 feet. He's absolutely mashing right now. In a good hitting environment. look, these Jake Cronenworth can hit. This is a good number. Yamamoto, could be solid, so this could be a little bit later, maybe once the bullpens come in, that he could get this one. But Jake Cronenworth is he knows this. He knows this Dodgers team. He knows this stadium really well. So plus 650 is worth a sprinkle on Jake Cronenworth, who is, I'll give you the exact numbers here. Padres versus right-handed pitching. He's got 2 home runs, batting .304 average, .908 OPS, a slugging just under 600. I mean, you can also look at Tatis Jr., of course, because he's got 3 home runs versus right-handed pitching. But as far as numbers play, Jake Cronenworth has a good number. I don't mind Tatis at plus 400. On the Dodgers side, I have to go Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts got a .371 average, 800 slugging, 4 home runs, 7 RBIs versus right-handed pitching this season. He also has a home run and 2 at-bats versus Michael King in his career. And then the other guy I would take would be Shohei Ohtani. He's been kind of cooled off a little bit lately, but he's still hitting .333 with a .635 average, or .635 slugging, 3 home runs and 8 RBIs versus right-handed pitching. I think maybe a little bit of weight will be lifted off his shoulders after that announcement yesterday. He also has 2 home runs and 6 at-bats versus Michael King. He can get to anybody in this lineup. So maybe Shohei back in Dodger Stadium with the crowd backing him now that he's kind of been somewhat exonerated. You know what I mean? It's proof that he had no knowledge about gambling or anything. He wasn't betting himself. So maybe that relief will help him open up one and take some frustrations out on a ball. So Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani, Jake Cronenworth, potentially Fernando Tatis Jr. Those are all guys I was looking at. I don't know if you can see, I got lots of numbers for guys, lots of data, obviously on the computer. We'll just wrap this up quickly, but as far as the most likely report for today, most likely to hit a home run, Adolis Garcia, Yordan Alvarez, Gunnar Henderson, Will Benson, Corey Seager, Aaron Judge, Yanier Diaz. Most likely to give up multiple home runs is both the pitchers in the Astros game. Bailey Falter. Yeah, so lots of decent matchups and good model predictions. I was trying to get somebody in that Brewers Orioles game. I couldn't decide who to go with. Christian Yelich is the hottest in the Brewers on the Brewers side. So if anything, I would look at Christian Yelich. On the Orioles side, man, it's so hard to choose. You can go with so many guys, but so I don't have any official things, but just because it could be a slower start to the game. So anyways, I'll just recap this quickly. Took Alec Bohm, Ryan Reynolds in that first game, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on his own in Toronto, Bobby Witt Jr. on his own at New York Mets here. Jose Altuve, great numbers in a decent hitting environment in a dome, obviously, and Yordan Alvarez can obviously mash. Mike Trout, good history, good numbers, good hitting environment. I would also, if you're going to bet anybody from the other side of that one, obviously Tyler O'Neill's the guy, but he hits very well versus right-handed pitching. I think he's got 6 home runs versus righties. Ellie De La Cruz for the Reds, Spencer Steer for the Reds, Ketel Marte for the D-backs, value play Jake Cronenworth for the Padres, Mookie Betts, and Shohei Ohtani. All right, that's it. We're passing the 14-minute mark. Don't forget to drop your MLB props in the comments below. Who you guys gonna voting for to hit a home run? Obviously, there's a million guys you can pick. Trying to narrow it down is the hardest thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. And let me know what you guys think. Drop your picks in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again for watching. Peace.